Hello, and this is another video about me going on a Cessna Plane Ride with my dad and sister. We flew out of Martin State Airport and landed back there in the exact same spot. Before we went up in the air, we had to check all of the flaps on the plane to make sure they worked fine, because you don't want any damage happening to them up in the air. That would be disastrous. Disastrous? That's not a word. Disastrous, yeah. Here are the back ones that helped us point up and down, going up in the air and back down.
You can sit there and muscle the airplane all day, but you're just gonna get tired and sad.
Can you really get sad in a plane?
Oh, it's possible. I've seen it happen.
Oh, not this crew.
Not this crew. And then again, tire on this side, no brake fluids on the ground. We got plenty of pad. And then flaps not going anywhere. Check our ailerons, make sure that they move equally and oppositely. So this one's down, the other one goes up. This one's up, the other one goes down. And all of our hinges. We got 3 hinges, 4 screws apiece.
Now we checked them on the wings. These were the ones that made us point up and down, or not up and down, that turned us side to side.
26 gallons to each side. And up with, well, 26 and a half if you want to be technical. Gives us 53 gallons of gas. So we've got just below 6 quarts of oil, which is perfect. That's what this engine likes. Again, checking the tire and checking the strut down here, making sure that there is indeed a little bit of dirt down there, so that way it's evidence that it's not compressing all the way and clapping on the bottom there. So, check the propeller, any nicks, dents, or anything that might throw it off balance. Check our
We made sure there were no dents or cracks in the propeller.
That's because it's air cooled.
There's the engine.
Like your car. So,
There were 2 holes up in the front of the plane to cool down the engine.
this area and help radiate that heat away.
Do you want to come up on this side? You can see where he looks in the fuel tank there.
We had to check that the gas tanks were at a good amount. There were 2 of them, one in each wing. You had to climb up onto these 2 steps of the plane and hold on to this handle.
You know how to get down? Excellent.
We did that on either side.
All right.
Careful. Right foot goes. So right foot goes there, and then left foot goes on the strut. So.
Oh, there you go.
You see the fuel tank.
We were all really eager to get up into the air.
Where all the gas goes in.
We knew we were going to have a good time.
Fill this thing up. They tend to bring a lot.
Our flight plan, sorry, was to go to Rock Hall across the bay and down to the Bay Bridge, then from the Bay Bridge across over to Baltimore, where we were going to get some views in, and then up near my mom's work because she wanted to see us. There we are getting ready in the plane. It was really noisy in there, so we had to all wear headsets with microphones so we could speak to each other. I was sitting up front with our pilot Michael,
Cleared.
and then my dad and sister were sitting in the back.
Should we put on the headset? You put it on too.
We had to pull the plane by hand out of its hangar. So there we were outside of the hangar going to the runway. There was no air conditioning inside of the plane, so we had the windows open. But then before we went up into the air, we had to close them. On camera, you're able to see the propeller spinning, but with the naked eye, we couldn't.
And then make sure it's still done tight. And y'all ready for takeoff?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's so nice that we're able to communicate with each other.
Yeah, me too.
When I used to go with my grandma as a kid, I would sit in the back and hear calls in the ears.
Here we are going out to the runway. Martin State Airport had 2 of them. This was also a military airport, so we saw a few large, what would it be? Air Force planes.
So meaning we're taking off.
It took a little bit to where we were going to take off.
Yeah, meaning you're heading in the direction of 150. 150 is to your tail.
150 is where the nose is.
So finally we were ready to go up into the air. Here we are on the runway building up speed. Once it got to a good point, we started to go up. Everything looks so small and miniature from the air. Here I am once we got across the bay because of Martin State Airport is right on the Chesapeake Bay. So once we got across the bay, he let me fly the plane. I was going to turn the plane back and forth, far to one side, and then to get us back on course to the right. First, he had to run me through everything of how the plane flew and everything worked. There was a lot of farmland on this side of the river, or bay. This side of the bay there was a lot of farmland. He said that's where they went to practice a lot, near Rock Hall. Whenever the plane was turned, you could look straight down at the ground. It was kind of weird. There's the coast again. So from Rock Hall we went straight down to the Bay Bridge. He asked all of us if we liked roller coasters. I immediately said yes. But my sister was hesitant and my dad had to think about it for a little bit because he knew what was coming. Next, the pilot would throw the plane up high in the air and then dive us straight down. There we are going down. The first and second time it was a lot of fun, but by the third time we were all tired of it and starting to get a little bit lightheaded.
Wow.
We saw a lot of boats. They all look so small. And the water behind them looked really cool. The entire time we ranged from being 1,400 feet up in the air to about 1,600.